How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got another video. We're going to be driving this 2022 Xc90 T6 Momentum. So I'm going to get into this Xc90 right now, but before we actually start driving this thing, I did just want to give a quick shout out to Smythe Volvo of Summit, New Jersey for letting me drive this Xc90 today. I previously just did a full review on this Xc90 as well. So if you haven't checked that out, definitely be sure to check that out. I'll probably link it on top of the video right now. But it will be up on the channel by the time, this video is up on the channel. So again, be sure to check out Smythe Volvo if you're interested in any, new or used or certified pre-owned Volvos. But now I'm actually going to start this thing up and get driving. So one of the main differences between this Xc90 as well as the XC60 R design and the new fully electric XC40 that I both did reviews on already on the channel is that this Xc90 actually has the older kind of Apple CarPlay system. So you have your Volvo navigation, your entertainment, you can connect your phone. The touchscreen is very similar to the new touchscreen, and again, they do have some of this, the Apple CarPlay system in some of the new vehicles because this is a new Xc90, but the new Google system is something that they're going to be continuing to integrate into their full lineup. This is something that I did mention in the review, but I do really like the exhaust note of this Xc90. It is different to the Xc60. At least it sounds different, but again, the engine is pretty much exactly the same. It's still the, the 2-liter turbo inline 4 that makes right around 300 horsepower and 300 foot-pounds of torque. Another main difference between this Xc90 and the Xc60 is that, of course, this Xc90 is larger and it weighs right around like 200 more pounds. Now, with that added weight does come a little bit more body roll, which is definitely noticeable going right from the Xc60 to the Xc90. And also, if you are, doing a lot of city driving, a lot of parking in tight spaces, that's really where you're going to notice the main difference between the 60 and the 90, just because of that added length, of course. I feel like that's, obvious, but I mean, just stating it, like, that's pretty much like the only real differences between the 60 and the 90. The 90 is just longer, has 3 rows of seating, and it weighs a little bit more. But besides that, these two SUVs pretty much react and just feel very, very much alike. And this is something that I said with the XC60 R design as well. But even though you're only making like around 300 horsepower and the SUVs weigh well north of 4,000 pounds, they are still pretty fun to drive. They're definitely not the fastest SUV out there, but they definitely still are a lot of fun. Again, with the all-wheel drive system, the shiftable automatic transmission, this Volvo SUV can feel very sporty when you want to have some fun, but also when you want to just drive comfortably, it's very, very luxurious as well. And jumping out into traffic, this still does have a decent amount of power to be able to accelerate into traffic and just do kind of your normal daily driver actions, I guess you could say. Definitely not something that, again, is super fast or anything like that, but this Xc90 would probably be great for a family with those 3 rows of seating and that added storage space. And it's also pretty great for first-time drivers, or even if yourself, like, you want to get something safe, because this Xc90, as well as pretty much Volvo's entire lineup, does come with a 5-star safety rating. And I feel like I've said this so many times now with the different Volvo reviews that I've done, but the combination of all-wheel drive with the independent suspension and a double wishbone style suspension, which pretty much the entire Volvo, or the entire modern Volvo lineup has, like, that combination just, it's definitely very, very fun to drive vehicles like that, because they could be SUVs, they could be compact cars or whatever. They're very, very predictable. There's not really much oversteer, understeer. You know, you just put the vehicle where you want it to be, and it's right there, and it's very consistent, and it's just predictable. And that's another aspect that I feel like people don't really talk about when it comes to safety. Obviously, like your more analytical side of safety, like the crash tests and the different fatality rates, or you know, stuff like that, that's more analytical and like black and white. But when it comes to actually driving the car, like it doesn't feel like it's even like the slightest bit scary or anything like that. Just making a quick comparison in my head, like I drive a 2008 Mustang, and this is much more different than that. I feel like, you know, Mustangs are, you know, well, pretty much any Mustang, even the modern ones with independent suspension in the rear, they're light in the back, they have a decent amount of power, even the V6s or the EcoBoosts, and they could still, you know, kick out. Yeah, everyone's seen the compilations of people, you know, pulling out of car shows with Mustangs or other cars just trying to show off, and next thing you know, they're eating a tree or a lamppost. I feel like, honestly, if you were to crash a Volvo, especially like one of these new Volvos, doing something like that, like showing off, like you got to be pretty bad at driving. No offense to anyone who, I guess, crashed a new Volvo, and you know, something definitely could have happened where it's like not your fault or whatever. But if you lose control of a Volvo, like just by yourself, like with nothing else around you, I feel like you almost like have to really be trying to lose control of the vehicle, because these things are just so safe, and they're just very planted to the ground. And even like going uphill here, downshifting, giving it a little bit and taking this corner, like it's just so predictable, and it's definitely easy to have fun in this thing still. Also, on top of just the normal feeling of driving one of these modern Volvos, I really love all the features that come with them, and the fact that you can turn off and turn on all the different features. I mean, if we go into just like the lane keeping assist, the auto start stop, like cross traffic alert, park assist, even traction control, like you can turn all those things off if you want them to be off, and if you just feel more comfortable with them being off just as a driver. And even just moving on, like blind spot, you know, assist, the wireless phone charger, which is actually located right here, this pad right here. I know it works with my iPhone 12 Pro. If you have a newer iPhone or just a newer smartphone in general that is compatible with the wireless charging, it probably works with that too. But I just love the fact that these modern Volvos do give you the, you know, just option to, you know, turn all those different features on and off, because I feel like nothing's more annoying than having a vehicle where it has, you know, certain features that you really just don't like as a driver, and there's no possible way for you to turn them off. So I definitely think that is something that's little and kind of subtle, but definitely a huge thumbs up for me, for sure. But that's pretty much just gonna be it for today's video. I don't really have anything else to talk about. If I missed anything, definitely let me know down in the comments below. But overall, I do really love these new Volvos, and this XC90 is the largest one you can get. So if you also love the new Volvos and you're looking for one, but you may have, you know, a larger family or whatever, this XC90 may be the way to go. Again, a huge shout out to Smythe Volvo in Summit, New Jersey for letting me drive this XC90 today. If you haven't subscribed already, definitely be sure to subscribe down below. It really helps me out as a small YouTuber. And definitely consider liking this video as well. But like always, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.